Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the Wildflower Will's Knitting Podcast. I'm Louise from Wildflower Will. It's Monday, which means it is voting day, it's cast on day, and we're going to sit here live and we're going to chat about things that I've been working on. I've got progress on last week's project that I'm not sure I have up here with me. Okay, I will just have to chat about that and not show it to you. Oh my goodness, you guys. Anyways, we will just chat. I will have to post some pictures. Anyways, we're going to talk about what you are voting on. We're going to talk about that project. We will talk about the other things that I was knitting because apparently I have most of them I don't have with me. So I left them downstairs, but that's okay. We'll talk about stuff. We'll talk about what you all are working on. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about the Fiber Friends because we are down to the very last few days of the cable challenge there. And then we'll chat about what you all are working on and we will fill the hour, I am sure. Hi, Sally, Liz, and Diane. So this morning, it was Monday morning. Of course, I woke up and I'm like, okay, what am I going to want to knit on this week? What do I want this project to be? What is going to make me happy? And I pulled out some stash yarn. I'm just going to adjust this a smidge. I pulled out some stash yarn. I came in here and I looked around and I'm like, okay, it's like, what yarn is calling me? And I grabbed this Noro out of my stash. And this is like super, super old stash, you guys. We were talking like this is in like the 15-year ballpark range. Which is fine, which is not super, super old. I know some people have got older stash, and but you know, it has sat around long enough. It should be knit. So they are both Noro sock yarn. So I had said left and right. So left was this shade of green, which I really, really like. It has it's probably gray, maybe a little bit of off-white in here, and then a really dark like an evergreen, and then there's a lighter green. You can see the gray and the white. Anyways, it's super, super nice. So this yarn here is, I'm probably not going to pronounce these quite right, but so bear with me. Teo sock yarn. It is 50% cotton, which is why it feels soft. 50 cotton, 17% wool, 17% polyamide. Oh my gosh, 18 silk. No wonder it feels so nice. Remember, every time I pick up something that has silk, I'm like, oh, I need to like have a rule that the only yarn I knit with has silk because it just always feels so, so nice. This yarn, there was a bunch of us getting this yarn for a specific little one skein scarf that a member of our knitting guild had started. Oh, Sherry, I hope, yeah, maybe restart. Hopefully it's not on my end. I do have the fan on, so hopefully that's not causing, it's not too loud. Anyway, so the Teo sock yarn was something that we were all specifically looking for. I don't know if the cotton, the silk with a little bit of wool in it, because it is very, very soft and it does make a really, really nice cowl. It's not really, I don't know. I don't know if anybody, I mean, I guess you could knit socks with this. It does have nylon in it. It's acrylic wool, silk. Silk is super strong for durability. I don't know, but I bought this with the intention of doing a one skein little scarf. And yes, it was one of those things, right? This one member of our guild came in one meeting and she was knitting it. And then the next meeting we came back and I think 75% of us, were knitting it. We had all got, got motivated. So anyways, this is why I have a whole bunch of this because, I don't know. I kind of got carried away, maybe a little bit. Oh, Nancy, does this? Oh, must be the fan. Okay, let me try shutting it off. It's just so hot here. Okay. All right. We'll see how that goes. Okay, sounds like wind blowing. Okay, yes. So hopefully that fixes everything. Hey, Wendy. Um, anyway, so second ball of Noro is this is a different sock weight yarn, carry-on sock yarn. So this is more like your sock yarn. This one here, oh, Sherry says no, don't turn it off. Well, we'll see. We'll see how hot it gets. If I look like I'm like dying of heat, I'll turn it back on. I'll see how long I can go without it. 70 wool, 30 nylon. So this would be your sock yarn. But you know what? I have never knit socks with Noro. I'm just thinking that. I don't think I have ever knit a pair of socks with Noro yarn. I've always used it for shawls and other things, even though it does have nylon in it. So there's no color names on these. They're always just color numbers. That's what I want to say. Um, so this is color number S217 and it's like 100 years old. So unless you have it in your stash, I don't know. 100, well, at least 15. It's probably discontinued. Anyways, this one here, so this was the right colored. And on the outside, it looks kind of fallish, right? With purple and kind of a little bit of orange. But when you look in the inside, there are some fun colors, like very summery colors, a light blue, a light green. There's a bit, ooh, there's a bit of yellow. I'm like, how far in here can I see? Yeah, it's orange. It'll be a little bit of a mystery, maybe. But yes, it's always fun to knit with Nora because you just never know how many colors. Sometimes the balls like this. Like I don't think there's any surprises in here. I think what we're oh no, wait a second. There's a little bit of yellow in here. Oh, oh my gosh, they're like totally different colors. There's brown. Okay, I thought I had kind of taken a look. I don't know, maybe I just took a quick look on this end and I thought, okay, this is one of these balls that is kind of what you see is what you get. Mm-mm, apparently not. Um, yeah, there's some brown. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That is like the fun of Noro, right? Their colors are so amazing. Um, Yearning for a smile. Uh-oh. Kim? Kim or Barb? Kim, maybe? Oh no, I need to write. I need to put a sticky note on here so I can remember your name. Um, just a little fan noise. Okay, well maybe I'll turn it on. Oh yes, Kim. Good. I'm so glad I was right. Hi Jude, it's interesting that you are too hot. I have had to put my winter duvet on the bed. Oh my gosh. We have a heat warning out today. It is hot. It is hot. So anyways, okay. So left and right. Left and right. Oh, hey Wendy, what shawl am I going to make? I am going to do a triangle. I'm This is me being wild and crazy. All of the shawls that I have knit, I think probably all year long, have been a boomerang or an asymmetrical. Start the skinny at the bottom, go out wide, you know. And I I'm gonna change it up and I'm gonna do a triangle shaped, which with one skein of yarn, I want it to be as big as possible. So I'm going to go a larger size needle and I'm thinking I'm going to do like strips of lace in there just to help stretch the yarn a little bit farther. So I'm just going to wing it again. Um, no, now I'm thinking garter stitch. If I'm doing lace, I probably want stockinette stitch, which means I'll have to do some garter stitch on the edge. Look at this. I had literally got triangle and lace. That was as far thought process I had got. Um, but we will see. Oh, Kim, yes. Noro. That might have been when I first really fell in love with Noro. Was I saw some samples at a fiber show way, way back when, and she had a lot of samples of Entrelac. There she had a scarf kit, which a whole bunch of us bought. So that was probably my first Entrelac project, was doing that scarf kit. And then she had a beautiful Afghan done and a pillow. And it's like, I loved all 3 of them. Garter and eyelet go well together, but garter eats more yarn. It does, doesn't it? Yeah. So that's why I'm thinking um stockinette and just put a little edge on it. Don't want to do an I-cord edge because that will take a lot of yarn. Seed stitch, garter stitch. Yeah, something. Okay, if you guys have some ideas, shout them out in the comments because I'm always up for some ideas. Um, let's see, Liz, tomorrow. Oh, it's supposed to be the hottest day of the summer here in Northwest Indiana, near 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh my gosh. Apparently, it's supposed to be hotter here as well tomorrow than today. Oh well. Last week it felt like fall. We were all wearing sweaters and jackets, and now it's just like a roller coaster. So summer's not over yet. It's great because we've got a long weekend coming up this weekend. So it'll be nice to have summer weather, for lots camping and boating and picnicking and swimming, heading to the beach, your local pool, that kind of thing, right? The kids might as well have a good weekend before they head back to school. Oh, some of you guys in the US, I think your schools start, maybe have already started. Ours start next week. But anyways, um the yarns. Okay, we had a lot of votes. Usually we have, 110. We had almost 130 votes today. I think there was 127 is what I counted. And then um there was the winning yarn had 61% of the votes. So it was fairly close. Instagram stories was really close. And then Facebook and here on YouTube, that's where the one pulled ahead of the other. So I don't know if I didn't vote. If I was voting, I think I would have voted, I think the green. I think the green is what I would have picked. I like this. Now, I like this with the purple and the orange because it does kind of look fallish, Halloweeny-ish. Not so much when you have these bright summery colors in there. But anyways, okay. Liz is giving me the drum roll. So, oh, Jude, you didn't vote, but you also like the green. I saw Cindy said she didn't. Oh, Cindy says she picks the purple. Okay. Okay, you guys, I might have to put the fan on. I might have to put it on, but maybe I can move it a little bit. Okay, I'm going to tell you what the winning yarn is, and then I may try to adjust the fan a little bit. Okay, so what did I say? 64% of the votes for a triangle type shawl is going to be, so it was kind of left, right, green, purple. The one that I'm going to cast on is going to be the color that was right, the purple. So I don't know, people, well, some people were saying that this looked fallish, but there was like a little hint of summer in there. So this is the one, you guys. I'm like really excited to find the end. I'm like, what is going on here? Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh my gosh, that is actually the end. I thought this was like the outside tail that I was pulling out. Okay, so it's going to start, what is that? Kind of the purpley, no, it's more like a taupey color. Maybe like a brownie purple. So Now I just want to keep pulling it out and see like what's the next color going to be. Okay, I have a question for you all. Hey Sam, top down, do you guys like to do bottom up triangle shells, or do you like to do a little tab and start increasing from the top and going down? What is your preferred way to do triangle shells? I bought a whole book from a yarn store about triangle shawls, and I may just look at that maybe for some inspiration, or it just may be a good book to read to kind of match the project for this week. Oh, Alice is saying top down. Okay, you guys, think about that for just like a couple seconds. Type your answer in here. I'm going to play with my fan because I have to turn it on. So give me a sec. I'm going to try to do this so it's not too noisy, but I'm going to move stuff around. Okay, hopefully that wasn't too loud. I just had this will come as no surprise. I had to move a couple bags of yarn. The yarn that I'm sorting, I had it sitting on the floor, so I just moved it and moved the fan back a little bit, so maybe it won't be as quite as noisy, let's hope, but yeah, I can't go any longer without the fan on. Okay, Deborah, how are you? Top down shell so I can modify it to make it bigger if I want. There you go. Susanna says top down. Carol says top down. Diane says top down. Um, yep, so that looks like, oh, Sally's like, I don't like triangle shells. That's fair. Sally, what's your favorite shape? Are you a crescent? Are you a boomerang? What do you guys like? Do you guys use the word boomerang or asymmetrical? You can use those interchangeable. Or a crescent. What do we have other shapes? Well, I guess rectangle. There are circular. Oh, Nancy's like, I like either way. I'm knitting a top down now, but didn't use a garter tab. Oh, it's a pattern from Nancy Queen. Interesting. Interesting. Jude, I don't like wearing triangle shells. They are just awkward. Interesting. Do you think it matters how large the triangle shell is? Like, do you think like a smaller, like a one skein, is that just tricky? Look, I have my beach look going on here. My hair blowing in the breeze. My model look here. Um, is it the one skein that triangles that they're just not quite big enough to like stay wrapped around or to wear as a shawl? If it was bigger, do you think it would make a difference? I don't know. I'm open. I love to hear everybody's ideas. But I'm gonna do triangle just because I just want to do something different. Honestly, if I'd had two skeins of this, which I don't think I do, I would have made it a two skein triangle shell. But I don't know. It is what it is. Maybe it will be more of a cowl, like a triangle cowl. I don't want a shawlette scarf, right? We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But anyways, I'm going to play around with this. I think it's going to knit up really, really fun now that, yeah, see those really fun colors. Be some dark, some light. Oh, Carol says, I'm knitting a triangle shawl right now. Oh, yes, from one point and getting larger every other row. So from the point, so does it end up narrowing on the other end, Carol, or does it, so you started at a point and you're increasing, and then does it decrease back down, or does it just get larger? Oh, Sally says, I like asymmetrical best, but I knit others as well. Yeah, I've been really on an asymmetrical because I like that. And I wonder if Carol, do you think that's what maybe Carol, that's what yours is? Because that's what all of mine that I don't have any up here, the ones that I have been always having on the needles this year, that's how mine start out narrow, troop, and end up wide and cast off. And it does kind of give you, and it does give you a triangle, but knit from the point. Um, but that's why I call asymmetrical. I think there's so many different words for different things. But anyways, oh, Jude says have small and both. I just find other shapes easier to wear. However, the one big enough to drape over shoulders, across the body, and then tie behind is okay. Yeah, because that one's not going to go anywhere, right? If you've got the ends of your triangle long enough to wrap around, um, yeah, and tie in the back. Yeah, that's a good way to secure it and wear it. I think probably my favorite, I don't know, asymmetrical, and I really like crescent shaped. I don't know. I'm gonna try triangle. We will come back and we will chat. Um, um, okay, you guys, I might have to run downstairs. I was okay. I think I'm gonna have to. I was talking to my daughter on the phone. My granddaughter was sick last night. So I was talking with my daughter as I was getting things set up here. And then I apparently have forgot most of my knitting. So, anyways, I will show you this. Now, this wasn't even a new start Monday. I was just playing around knitting. Ooh, look how thin this is. This yarn was a no-name ball of yarn. It came from our knitting group, and it's a probably a DK weight. And I thought I was just look at this ball. It doesn't even look like I knit anything out of it, you guys. Um, yeah, I was thinking I would use up some of this and do up a couple cowls. And I did this one thinking that I might do this for my granddaughter. And I just totally winged it. I think I did 88 stitches on a 4 millimeter needle and just did the cables on there. So this is for the Fiber Friends cable project. And I just guessed. I just knit till I thought it looked long enough, but actually I can actually put this on. I mean, it's nice and snug and the height it actually is not that bad. So I don't know. We'll see if I'm gonna next time I see Scarlett when she's feeling a little bit better, I am going to pull this on over her head and see how it fits for her. But anyway, it took a little bit of yarn. It was just cable. It was an 8 stitch cable and a 6 stitch cable, which you really I don't think can really see that one cable is smaller than the other because it goes um yeah, I don't know. Like one is like there's a 6 and 8, a 6 and 8. They just alternate, but really just looking at them, you can't tell the difference. Anyways, it's cute. It was fun. It was like a no-brainer. There was just no pattern to follow. I just cast on and I knit. I set up my cable stitches, did garter or did purl stitches in between, reverse stockinette, and knit around. I just followed my knits and my purls of my columns, and then I cabled on the 7th round, followed my knits and purl pattern for 7 rows, and cabled again. Super, super easy. And I cast off purlwise. I was going to cast off in pattern, but I didn't like how it looked. So I just cast off purlwise, and the top and the bottom do look different, but not enough to really bother me. It's wearable. I think what I'm going to do is like, look, it took almost nothing. It doesn't even look like we've used any yarn out of here. So I'm just going to do a few more. I'm going to cast on a few more stitches, make just different sizes. Some of these will go in the Christmas bin. Some of these will go in the donation box, and just go to whoever wants to wear them. And oh, I was um okay. Anyways, that is that. Okay. Somehow, you guys, I have no other projects up here. I think when I was talking with Anita for getting the lowdown on how Scarlett was feeling, I think I left the rest of my yarn downstairs. So the other things I worked on were my asymmetrical shawl. And I got kind of my typical normal amount done on it. I kind of picked it up to work a few rows on it. And you know what? Maybe I will just run downstairs and get it, and then I can show it to you. Why don't you guys give me a couple minutes and let me run down. I've got the shawl. I've got last week's miter square. Go slow. I know. Yeah. If I don't come back, um, I'm not even going to say it. I will go slowly and carefully, and I will be back here safely in a couple minutes. You guys chat in the in the comments here. Talk about what you guys are knitting. I'll come back and read the comments in a second. Okay. Back safe and sound. Okay, what is everybody working on? Okay. Intermission. That's right. That's right. Maybe we should just have regular scheduled intermissions to go grab 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 a drink, bathroom break. I know what I'm not sure what I heard something when I left. It was I think it was the pile of yarn that I had moved for the fan toppled over. Uh anyways. Okay, Alice, working on your last summer project at top. Yes, hopefully the fall will be nice and we'll still be able to wear our summer things, right? For a little longer. Diane, you finished. Oh, the underwing mitts and needed to make a matching hat. Susanna, you're knitting the Knit Night hat and you have, oh, the pattern for the mitts. Susanna, I found that ball of yarn. Remember the one that you said almost looked like the Midnight Orchid? Almost like this one, but it had a little bit of red in it. I was in a yarn shop on the weekend and they were you guys, they were clearing out yarn. They had Croy on 50% off, and I did not buy a ball. Did not buy one. I was looking to see if they had that one color that I need for my the socks that I'm knitting that I might run out of yarn on. And They didn't have it. I would have picked that up if they'd had it, but they did not. So, Suzanne, did you find out? I think you were asking, wanting to know what colorway it was, and it looks like it's Sultan Stripes. So I'm going to show this. Okay, I'll show you. So wait, try to get this so there's not a whole lot of glare. Susanna, I don't know. Can you see that? But I think that's the ball of yarn. I think you had the ball, but no ball band and didn't know what colorway it was or what the color number was. Oh, shoot. Do I have the color? The color number looks like 55301. And, um, uh-oh, Sherry, you're disappointed? What did I miss? Have to go back and read some comments here. Anyways, so Sultan Stripes, Susanna. So anyways, I found that, but I didn't buy anything else because they didn't have a super big selection left. Oh, you're disappointed that I didn't buy yarn? um, I know, it's very shocking. But I did not, but they didn't have a super huge selection. Maybe if they'd had a little bit bigger selection of some other colors, I might have walked away with some. But oh, Carol, you were at Spin Right. You bought Croy from Spin Right on Saturday. It was buy 3 balls, get one free. Now I need to knit more socks. That's perfect. What colorways did you get? Um, oh, Jude, I beat you back. Okay. Well, anyways, Liz, you've had insomnia the last 3 nights. No knitting for you. Oh no. Oh no. That's not good. Um, oh, Diane, you're working on a test tee. That's exciting. Um, okay, so you guys are working on some really fun projects, it sounds like. That's exciting. Okay, so yes, so I found that picture for Susanna. So Susanna, hopefully I'll um I'll post a picture in the group for you as well. No, Sam, um, I am not. Oh, Carol, you got 4 different ones. Knit, knit, knit. That's very good. I can't wait to see what you knit up with those. Okay, a shawl. So my shawl, my never-ending shawl. But you guys, hold on to your seats because if you look really, really, really close, you will see that I am out of the gray and there is, can you see it better far away or up close? There is marled, there's gray and kind of the teal, aqua teal blue color in there. You can see that, right? I know. I was so excited. I could see it in the ball and then I was like knitting it the first couple of rows and I'm like, oh, I can't see it on the needles, but I know it's in there. So look at my ball. It is getting skinnier. I know, it's so exciting. But now my goal is I want to get rid of all this gray. I'm like gray and teal. So can you see? I don't think it's, oh my gosh, that looks gray. No. For a second, I was like, wait a sec, that looks all gray. I'm like, no, I don't want to go backwards. There is some teal in there, even though you can't really see it. Can you see it more in the ball? It just kind of looks gray and white, doesn't it? But there is teal in there. There's no white in here, even though it looks it. And I know I can't wait just to get this center part knit up and just be all into these shades of teal. Can't wait. Like be into really some fun colors. And this is going to be finished. It's getting large. It's almost the width of my needle now. So it's going to start to being squished, squished, scrunched. I don't know what word I was going for there. But anyways, There it is. So it's getting a nice width on it, and it is getting quite long already, and like only halfway ish. The wall's gonna be real floppy by the time you get to get rid of it. I know it will be. I might have to re-roll it. Oh no, Diane. So anyways, this is going along great. And so there's my stitch marker. So it doesn't, I mean, it doesn't look like I got a whole lot done when it's just like this little bit and this little bit high. But this was a lot of knitting. All these stitches across. So kind of what I tried to do a few times a day was to pick it up and go across and back, get one ridge done. In the afternoon, like on the weekends, right? In the morning before, like sometimes I'd knit on it in bed, do 2 rows so I get one ridge done. Then the afternoon, pick it up, do 2 more rows, one other ridge done. And just try to knit on it every day, at least once a day during the week. So um that's what it is. So I'm getting there, and I'm excited that I'm starting to see the teal. You know, these balls are so fun to knit. Sorry if that was loud. Um, just the color changes just keep you going. You just want to keep going and see what that next color is going to look like. So, um, Carol, does this look like the same type of shawl that you're knitting on now, where you're knitting it from the point? Um, I mean, I would be curious to know. Anyways, this is I'm like loving it. Loving, loving, loving knitting on it. It's kind of my go-to because it's garter stitch, super easy, and I like it. So this is my floral bag. I love this bag. So and it's great for this size of a shawl, a medium size shawl. It is a really perfect size bag. Love this bag. The flowers are just so summery and I love it. So this is my Della Q bag. And I love this one as well. And it has got last week's project in it. I have a little bit of a start to show you. So remember, we were voting. I pulled out different colors of Patton's Classic Wool, and it was either going to be in a solid color. This is going to be the bag. It was inspired, this project was inspired by a crocheted granny square bag. And you were voting last week whether the bag was going to be one color or if it was going to be multiple colors. And you all voted, most of you, a lot of you voted for the multicolored bag. So I have got, oh, remember this was this really funny color name, Patton's Classic Wool. I would still bet money that this is the Mercury colorway, but I'm going to have to Google this and see if this is actually an old colorway, but I've never heard of it before. Palanis, P-A-L-A-I-S. Anyways, there it is. Anyways, it looks like Mercury. It looks like a really, really dark gray. And then this one here is a really nice, like wine Bordeaux kind of color. It's called Plum Heather. It's really nice. And this one was a Dusty Rose, Wood Rose Heather. So just a really nice dusty rose color. So I got started. The pattern. So my niece had crocheted this bag. She had the bag all done, sewn together. She just did individual granny squares, and then they were turned on their points, so they were diamonds. And she had single crocheted them together. So I'm going to do the same kind of thing. Her squares were 5 inches across. That's what I was going for. So I decided that I was going to do mitered squares, and then I am going to join them. So I think I'm going to try to single crochet them together as well, because I think that just sounds like fun. So I'm going to try that. Anyways, this is pretty close. I think if I give it a little stretch, it will be 5 inches across. So my bag should turn out to be the same size as hers. And I did, you can see there, the center double decrease, garter stitch square. Super, super easy. Now, I played around just guessing on some numbers, casting on an odd number, and then putting the stitch marker in the center stitch, and then slipping 2 stitches at the same time knitwise, knitting the next stitch, passing the 2 over, gives you just that solid line up the center. And you've got that one stitch always, it sits flat. Some of them kind of lean different if you do a double decrease different ways. I do have another block cast on in here in the lighter pinky color. So I ended up going with 39 stitches. I tried a couple of different stitch counts and they were either too small or too big. So I went with 39 and this seems about as close as I can get it. So I really like this. I really like this color. And so I've cast on here and I've got my stitch marker in the center. So that's all I've done. I had planned to do a few rows on this, but then I got talking with my daughter, just checking on Scarlett to see how she had made out and how she was feeling. So I didn't get any knitting done. And then apparently I forgot most of it downstairs. So I was a little distracted, but thankfully she is feeling much better than she was in the middle of the night last night. So that's good. So anyways, this is going to start. It does not take long. I don't even know how long it took me to knit this. Probably less than an hour, I would think. And no counting stitches, just have that stitch marker on there. You just have to be mindful of what is your right side and the wrong side. So the wrong side, you can still see that decrease line, but it's flat. On the right side, you have a nice raised decrease line. So this is the right side, that's the wrong side. Anyways, easy peasy. I'm really going to like knitting on this now that I have got figured out the size wise. And then I think I'm going to be able to single crochet them together. I'm kind of excited to try that. I know there was probably some people I thought for sure were going to comment. It's like, why aren't you just joining them like a miter square blanket, like join them as you're going. But I have this feeling that I'm going to knit multiple of these bags, maybe in different sizes, different yarns, and maybe do something in stockinette stitch. I envision a bag in stockinette stitch too. So we'll see. Anyways, I'm hoping that this bag goes well enough that I want to do multiple ones, and then I may play around doing them differently. Thanks, Sherry. I know these are not my colors, to have like a purpley color and then the what was it? Wood rose heather something. What was that? I just said it. Wood rose heather. I was right. Yeah, dusty rose. Not my color at all, but I'm enjoying them. I think it'll be fun and I'm really looking forward to something. And I like the idea of just doing the single squares because especially this weekend, if I'm going to be knitting on it a lot this week when it's going to be super, super crazy hot, I think just having the single squares and then crocheting them together will be a great, great plan. And I actually did a little bit of crocheting at our Thursday afternoon knitting group this past week. So that was kind of fun, you guys. Every once in a while, I'll talk a little bit about wanting to crochet or just saying, I should be crocheting, maybe I would crochet and when Jocelyn and I are chatting lots of times, she's kind of suggesting that I tried crochet and I really should. And it was actually, I enjoyed just doing this. I did a double crochet, you guys. I don't get crazy thinking I was doing wild and crazy things with crochet, but I figured I had to pull up a YouTube video to help somebody who wanted to double crochet a blanket. And I'm like, oh, I can do this. So you never know. And now this doing these squares and single crocheting them together, I'm like, ooh, maybe I am tuning into my inner crocheter. Maybe who knows what Maybe I will actually crochet a dishcloth or something at some point. Oh, Cindy, you're crocheting a pullover right now? That's exciting. Yes. Oh, oh, Sam, you sent me a picture. Okay, hold on. Anyways, it's yeah, it's fun. Oh, Susanna Louise, what is the pattern? I have oh, I have some. It's a wrap rainbow and want to knit a shawl like the one you're doing. I didn't do it's just my recipe kind of one, Susanna, for my the shawl. I don't really some point I'm actually probably for September is my goal. I'm going to try to actually write up what I'm doing um, as a freebie pattern for anybody else who would like to do that asymmetrical shawl. Okay, there you go, guys. That's what Sam sent me. Sam, that looks like great. Now that you got rid of those border stitches, that was kind of messing your thought process up there. That looks awesome. I love it. Orange and black. Looks Halloweeny. Love it. What is the handle like, Nancy? You know what I'm going to do? I am going to do I did think about this a little bit. I thought, where did my square go? This is my idea. I don't know. This this may be one of those things that I may have to play around with in my head. It sounds like it will work out fantastic, but I'm thinking when I'm doing my mitered square. So as I'm coming up and I'm getting almost to the top, when I get to the top to where I would want to attach a handle to, if I stop right about, you know, here and I have, or there, if I have like 6 stitches or something, then I think I'm going to start knitting the handle out of here because I had thought about just knit. I'm going to knit the handles on these ones and do maybe just an I cord handle. I want and knit it tight so it won't stretch a whole lot. But I don't want to join it. So I'm thinking if I can just knit it right out of the top of the mitered square and just then go into an I-cord handle. Hmm. And then knit it. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. And then maybe have to graft something together. Maybe I'll have to attach one side of it. I don't know. We'll see. Um, I was just trying to get as so I didn't have to actually sew it like all 4 straps on. If I can knit 2 of them together right out of the square, I think I'm going to try that. So we'll see. I will report back next week and the week after. We'll see. It might take me a couple weeks to get to the handles, but that is kind of my plan. Oh, Diane, let's Diane. She's got a good idea here. Use a cord in the middle of the cord for strength. That is a great idea. And just knit around it. I've got to pull up the bags that I've done in the past. I was chatting about that. I'm not sure if it was what night it was when I was talking about that. And however I did the handles on those bags, I think they were just I cords and they actually worked out really well. They did not stretch a whole lot, which I was really, really happy about. So I'm going to try and do something similar to that again. But I like the idea of knitting around a cord for some strength and stop it from stretching. Yes. Susanna, knit 3 stitches and proceed from there. Oh, crochet is fun to switch out. I did. I know. I think I may do that, Diane. Crochet was your first love, Cindy, and then knitting came after. Yeah, and I've always played around a little bit with crochet, but never. I mean, I've done a couple little baby blankets for Anita when she was little for her dolls, like doll blankets and stuff like that. But I don't know. I always have so many knitting projects that I never quite get around to doing anything crochet, but maybe that'll change now. Okay, so anyways, that is pretty much it. I fiddled around with these and that did I might have done a little bit of sock knitting on my DK sock. I think I did a few rounds on that. I think I'm at the heel. I think that's why it got stopped. Um, because now I have to look up my instructions for the garter stitch short row heel. So I'm excited to do that heel. And then once I get the heel done, then I'll be set to like just zip along on the foot and it'll be done in no time. So maybe next week there will be some more finishes. Maybe I'll work on this blue ball and try. I want to, I'm either going to knit this up as another cabled cowl or I may put this on the circular knitting machine. I'm wondering if I can double it. And yeah, I think I could. I might double this and then just crank this out. I want to start doing some like color blocked scarves. So I may just use the rest of this into a scarf and just literally start cranking out some finishes here to get ready for when the cool weather really does arrive and have some hats and mitts to hand out to people that are going to need them. Oh, sweaters make faster, a lot faster. So crocheted sweaters go a lot faster. Yes, I bet they do. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? I'm not going to say will I ever crochet a sweater? Maybe. We will have to see. What? Sam, think about throwing your design patterns out. Why in the world would you do that? They turned out so wonderful. Diane, oh, your my knapsack I cord stretches, so I ran a rope cord through the hollow, and it's perfect. All right, see, Diane, that was a wonderful suggestion. Okay, I really like that. I think I will probably do that. There you go, Jude. That's right. Don't throw them away, Sam. Yep, just tuck them away right now, and you'll come back to them again at some point. Yep, the design process can be a little tricky. Sometimes you do just need to take a break. Just need to, yeah, work through as many ideas as you have and then just set it aside. Let things, think things through a little bit and pull it out, make adjustments, and away you go again. Anyways, guys, okay, so I don't even have to wind yarn tonight because it is all set to go. So excited about this. So yeah, so I'm in this kind of taupey color. And I'm thinking that I will probably do top down and yeah, garter tab probably. I'm thinking a little, yeah, probably a garter tab, I think, for this one. And then maybe the next one I'll play around with some different options. There's always so many options. It's like what is that? Like so many options, not enough time, not enough projects, too many projects, not enough time, so many options, like right? It's a never ending thing, right? So lots of time. There'll be lots more shells to play around with different, maybe do next one be bottom up. We'll see how I like doing the triangle. We'll see how large it is. I don't even know what is the yardage on here. So 420 meters. So just like a regular sock yarn ball. So we'll see how big it is. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for bearing with me. I feel like it was a little bit disorganized tonight, but that's okay. It all worked out fine in the end. Sometimes it needs to sit in the corner until it behaves. That's right. Sometimes we do have to put our knitting in timeout a little bit, don't we? All right. Well, you guys, I have got some exciting projects. I'm just going to keep working on some of these. I'm going to get my whiteboard updated. Next Monday will be, oh, it's going to be holiday Monday, but that's fine. There should be, I will be back around Monday night. So we will catch up then and maybe we will do just a little quick recap of the whiteboard and the finishes and what's in progress and do a little do a little project recap as we head into the last months of the year. And then be a good time to kind of recap what holiday knitting is going to look like, what I will maybe finish for the year, what I maybe won't finish by the end of the year. That may be a good little, I think that would be a fun thing to do. So yeah, we'll try and I will try and remember that we're going to chat about that next week and see what I've got a few little things for Scarlet that I'm knitting. So I'm going to try and work on those because those should be a quick finish. Should be. We will see. And get this started. I'm going to have to find a needle. That might be the trickiest thing for this is finding the right needle. But I'll do a little looking tonight. So you guys, thanks so much for voting. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight and chatting all in the comments. It's always fun to see what you all are working on and giving me some good ideas and comments on things that I should maybe try. So, Jocelyn and I do believe are chatting. Maybe not this week, now that I'm thinking. Or maybe, hold on, let me check the. I'm like, what is this? I don't think so. I think it's next Friday. Jocelyn and I are chatting. Let's. We will be. What are we? August. Yep, it'll be the following week. This Friday is the 30th. So yeah, Jocelyn and I will be here next Friday night. So, everybody, have a great week. I will catch up with you all again next Monday. So, enjoy the long weekend. And hopefully, it's not too hot for everybody. Stay cool and get lots of knitting or crocheting done. And we will chat with everybody next Monday. Have a great week, everybody.